So one of the most common questions I get in my email is, how do you work on your arms and how do you do muscle ups? And being able to do muscle ups is in a large part tied to how strong your arms are and also how strong your back is. So this workout will help you get to that point where you can do them, and in particular it'll help you hit your lower back, your middle back, your lats, and your arms. Now, a lot of you may have seen my other back attack workout where I focused a lot on deadlifts. This one is a little bit different as it's going to focus a lot more on pull-ups and rows. Although I might even argue that the other workout is better because deadlifts are incredibly important. If you're not doing them, you should definitely work them into your routine. So for this workout, we're going to start by warming up with pull-ups and go straight into a work set of pull-ups. So after 2 sets of bodyweight pull-ups to warm up, this is where the workout really starts. I'm a huge believer in weighted pull-ups and I typically do these maybe twice a week. I hang plates for myself with this belt with the chain that I bought online for like 10 bucks. If you don't have one, you can always hang dumbbells from you in between your legs. I start with 2 sets of 10 with the 45-pound plate first, and then I move up to 2 plates to do 2 sets of 5. Now let me emphasize, the weight you choose is really up to you. Some of you might not even need weight and just do body weight. On the other hand, some of you might even need to do assisted pull-ups, less than body weight. Whatever you choose, it's fine, as long as you're pushing yourself to the hardest you can go. To re-emphasize that point, I push myself to the hardest I can go by going up to 3 plates every time I do this workout. Now I know it's not pretty, but it's the absolute limit of what I can do, and that's the important thing. Push yourself to the max that you can do. So whether that be less than body weight, or more, always push yourself each single week that you do it and try to add weight if you can. Now here's my first little tip. In between sets, instead of standing and loitering around, I like to actually stretch and feel the muscle that I'm working. It's called the mind-muscle connection. I'll talk about that more in a little bit. And the trick is the more that you can feel the muscle that you're working, the more you can target it directly and the more gains you're going to see. So after that set of 3 plates, I drop it back down to a set of 2, burn out, which means do as many as you can until failure, drop it back down to a set of 1, burn out, then body weight, burn out, and we're done with pull-ups. After that, I usually like to move into stiff-legged deadlifts to kind of give my lats a little bit of rest. And stiff-legged deadlifts are great for your lower back and your hamstrings and your butt. Make sure to keep your lower back straight and your chest up, and the tension should be in your hamstrings. Keep your feet together and don't bend your knees, and we're going to be doing 4 sets of 8. Now for the second to the last exercise, you're going to do your T-bar row, and you're going to set up your equipment exactly like this. Get a bar, put it against the wall, and put a dumbbell over the end so it doesn't come up. Then get a close grip row attachment, put it under the end of the bar, and load the end of the bar with weights. Now with the weight on your heels and a slight bend in your knees, keep your back straight, head up, and row the grip into your upper stomach. You want to focus on your lats and pinch your back together at the very top. Feel it in your back and your arms as you row. Repeat this for 4 or 5 sets. Now, I'm going to be really honest with you guys. These set numbers and weights that I throw out are just completely random, and it's really going to come down to you to figure out the right reps and weight for yourself. But a good point of reference is to shoot for about 8 reps each set that you do for best hypertrophy. We're going to finish off this workout routine by doing the seated close grip row. You're going to use the same attachment as in your T-bar row. You're going to sit straight up, and you're going to row the attachment into your upper stomach. Don't jerk or swing. Really feel the tension in your back and your lats. Now this is where I want to revisit the mind-muscle connection, which is incredibly important. It's going to help you a lot. No matter what exercise you're doing, always try to focus on the muscle that you're trying to work and think about how it feels when you're doing the motion. It's one thing just to do the motion like a row, and it's another thing to actually target the muscles and use your brain to focus on those muscles as you're doing the motion. As an example, here on the left, I'm just rowing, trying to get through the motion as best I can, and on the right, I'm actually focusing on the muscles involved in the movement. By focusing on the muscles during the movement and stretching and flexing between sets, you'll be able to really feel the muscle that you're working. And that's one of the things that has helped me the most in getting gains. Lastly, I never showed you guys how to actually do muscle ups. And honestly, there's no trick to it. If your body is able to do a muscle up, you will know it. So keep pushing as far as you can go and work as hard as you can, and trust me, you'll be there in no time.